This time next week, President Moon Jae-in will be in the North Korean capital for his third summit with Kim Jong-un. As that meeting edges ever closer, speculation is rising that Kim and U.S. President Donald Trump will also hold another round of face-to-face talks before too long. And on Tuesday, President Moon said he believes Trump and Kim have to keep the dialogue going to resolve the denuclearization issue. Our Blue House correspondent Shin Se-min starts us off.
Less than a week left before President Moon Jae-in heads to Pyongyang for his third encounter with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, and a call for big moves by the regional players. Chairing his weekly meeting with the cabinet, President Moon said the leaders of North Korea and the U.S. need to hold a second summit themselves, and he asked both parties to make bold decisions.
이제 북한이 보유 중인 핵을 폐기하는 한 차원 더 높은 단계로 나아가려면 다시 한번 북미 양 정상 간의 통큰 구상과 대담한 결단이 필요합니다. 한반도의 완전한 비핵화는 기본적으로 북미 간의 협상으로 해결되어야 할 문제입니다.
And the president said he will continue to act as a mediator between the two, a role he said both Kim Jong-un and President Trump have asked him to play. He added that Pyongyang needs to follow through on dismantling its nuclear facilities, and Washington needs to take corresponding steps. And when that happens, the two sides must put aside their deep-rooted distrust embedded between them since 70 years ago. Internally, the Moon administration is doing its best to accelerate the denuclearization drive. The government has finalized a bill on ratifying the inter-Korean agreement reached in April that it plans to submit to the parliament, and efforts to continue to bring lawmakers with the president on his trip to the north. Despite lawmakers being sharply divided over the trip, the top office says it plans to bring along those who do want to go. The big unknown is whether the summit next week will lead to another big step in denuclearizing the Korean peninsula, just as President Moon had said, since the administration has yet to win a bipartisan support in its diplomacy with the North. Shin Se-min, Arirang News.